What's up, chat? How's it going? I was just looking for, when does the new Outbreak event start? Is it this week or next week? Go look up Cerebi. Why is Barry just like running on water in that one shot? Why is the intro of this game is goofy? Okay, blah blah blah. Oh, there's so much ghost shit I have to to scroll through to find the thing. Guy didn't even post the outbreaks. I should have known going to Joe was a bad. There we go. I literally just had to type in Pokemon outbreaks. Okay, so the Pikachu event ends tomorrow, chat. So this is your final call. Anyone who hasn't done that yet, chat, that ends tomorrow. And then Tatsugiri starts on the 26th through August 8th. Alright. I was like, I knew it was ending soon, so had to look that up. Alright, but we're back doing Darkrai. And then tomorrow, yeah, I think it would end. It's always weird in Japan time having to translate it. Usually events start Thursday night for us over here. That is not shiny. Why is the sound effects? Whoa. Sound effects so loud. So yeah, again, chat. If you didn't get Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu, Alolan Raichu, or Mimikyu, that ends. It might have already ended. The Tatsugiri event is funny, considering ever since they fixed outbreaks, they're pretty easy to get. Okay, so Curly form is in Paldea, Kitakami has Droopy, and Blueberry has Stretchy. If you're looking for any specific Tatsugiri. Okay, I need to lower the volume of this game. It's a little loud. I like the taglines for each one. Pikachu's is search for Pikachu and friends. Tatsugiri is order up some fun with Pokemon. And then Riolu, Wattrel, and Comfey are celebrate the 2025. There's such a weird. Like, Comfey, I understand. Worlds is in Hawaii. I get that one. Like, but why Wattrel and Riolu? Anyway. And then the final one is Challenge Powerhouse Pokemon. Still not calling them that, guys. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn the volume down. It's so eerily silent when the songs are in between. You're not shiny. Look at all my, like, pink-red versions I have together here. So satisfying. we go. It's unfortunate that they put a lot of these Outbreak events behind the DLC. But what can you do? Also, I believe ComiCon started. I posted in Discord a I think it's Jazzwares question mark booth with a big Charizard statue. I don't know if there's anything there that we don't know about that they haven't announced already as far as, like, toys. Comic-Con is one of those things that has always just kind of annoyed the hell out of me, because it's always like, look at all this cool exclusive merch. But it's like... cool exclusive merch for all the rich people that can afford to fly to San Diego and buy tickets. And then a lot of it is like lottery style anyway, so even if you pay all the money for a hotel, a ticket, travel, you might not even get in to some of the lotteries they have. Ready for fall, so am I. I very much agree. I went outside today for like 5 seconds and was immediately attacked by mosquitoes. Farfetch, that's a fun outbreak. Okay, that sounds... Actually, I should probably do the cries, too. The fact that they use Bidoof is very funny. Alright. Did I save? I might not have saved. I love Darkrai's ... It doesn't give us any Mahinapia. That's okay. Okay, also... I'm reading this article for the first time. So PokeBeach said today, Battle Partners set to release in Japan in January. Return of Owner's Pokemon. A new set named Battle Partners has been revealed. It will be released in Japan on the 24th. Releasing alongside that set will be Collection File N and Collection File Lily. Oh man. The more I read this, the less I like it. On February 21st, 2 new pre-constructed decks will feature Steven's Beldum and Metagross EX and Marnie's Morpeko and Grimmsnarl EX. Why does that character need... These are just the same human characters over and over again. How boring. Oh boy, Marnie's Morpeko. Thrilling. The cards may feature multiple Pokemon like Tag Team. I didn't like the Tag Team sets. Is that a hot take? I barely purchased any of the tag team sets. New Moon Island. I hate where the save button is. There we go. Alright. Fixed. So, it looks like that Team Rocket set might be after this set. Man, Battle Revolution music is so good. I really gotta play that game one of these days. Although, it's it's just like Pokemon Stadium, where it really benefits if you hook up your own Pokemon to it, but considering it's such an old game. I actually don't even remember how you hook up to Battle Revolution. I legitimately cannot remember right now. Somebody said, make Kingdom for an actual Lorelei card before the 8,000th Lily. Yeah, no kidding. What's up, chat? Nope. Okay, I'm reading some of the comments here, and I seems like I'm not the only one that did not care for the tag team era of Pokemon cards. Although a lot of these seem like it's because of competitive reasons. I just didn't like the overall aesthetic of them. I don't know, a lot of the Sun and Moon sets I feel like were kind of not great. They've barely ever even talked about Coliseum or Gale of Darkness since... I mean, they barely talk about any of these spin-off games anymore. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. Tag team was better than Break. Trash versus garbage. Yeah, those Break cards were quite terrible though. Like, those Break cards were really bad. Let's be real. With those like gaudy gold models and they looked like bootleg cards. I did not like that era either. Lily doesn't even have any goddamn Pokemon. Is it gonna be like Lily's Cosmog? And I'm not talking about the anime. I don't even know if they draw from the anime at all for any inspo for the TCG. Like, what Pokemon does she even have? You're gonna catch up on Horizons this weekend? I've not really heard anybody really talk about it. None of the people I follow, nobody I know in real life. It's not, I have not really heard anything about it. I don't see why they wouldn't show a PLZA trailer. I don't know. I've only ever watched some of the previews that the Japanese YouTube channel puts out. Because it's just not a series I really have much interest in watching. The first few episodes were a little slow. Yeah, it's just, you know, an anime made for kids, so it's not gonna be super deep or layered or with huge character development. It's just buy Sprigatito toys today. Was there anything else that they posted today? No, doesn't look like it. Again, ComiCon has started, but I don't think there's gonna be anything that... Definitely no, like, game news. Does the Shiny Charm boost the odds for Darkrai? I don't think so. The Shiny Charm in BDSP is a joke. It only works on eggs. Gotta be one of the worst shiny charms of all time. It would sure be nice if it worked on encounters. Oh man, that would be beautiful. But yeah, it just works on eggs. Whoever made that choice... You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. like it was intentional. I don't think it's a bug. I feel like it was something they added very late into development just because the shiny charm is a staple of all modern Pokemon games. So they were like, let's throw one in just cuz, even though the OGs didn't have any. No, BDSP is one of those games that I can safely say don't bother with the shiny charm, 100%. Unless for whatever reason you love hatching eggs in BDSP, which I don't know how you could, it's pretty miserable. But it's just a waste of time. Now, the shiny charm not working with, like, set spawns and sword and shield, could that be a bug? Maybe. I'm willing to believe that could be a bug, but the way the shiny charm works in BDSP, I think it was fully intentional. Like the Reggies, the way the Reggies are kind of broken is strange. And Sword Shield. Never forget all the encounters I did for Registeel before the information came out that just doesn't matter. Yay! Awesome! That was so fun! Yeah, I mean, I get wanting to complete the decks because, you know, these games, you might as well get your money's worth from these games. The Gen 4, this game, BDSP, the dex is pretty miserable. There's so many friendship Pokemon and things like that. All the babies and the incenses if you want to evolve said babies. Yeah, I only started completing the Pokedex. Have I did I do it in Gen 7? I don't think I did. I think I started doing it on the Switch games. I never completed, like, Black and White 2's decks or anything like that. Yeah, and Black and White 2 would be particularly difficult because you can't just go to a Discord and get a bot to trade you Lopunny. Actually, can you? I don't know how that works for, like, the DS era games. Joker's favorite Pokemon. But yeah, I think the first time I started completing the dexes was Switch era Pokemon games. I did it for Let's Go, and then every game after I've done it for. Yeah, right? Like, these games are not cheap. No, Joker's favorite is Lopunny. But yeah, if you ever do complete any of the Switch Pokedexes, chat, and you're having a tough time with any of the legendaries or aforementioned friendship evolutions, get a bot to trade you. I still think it's interesting that they gave you 2 box art legendaries in Scarlet and Violet, as if it's like you're meant to trade one for the other in another version. A Korai for a Mirai. Or vice versa. I mean, that's what Tyler and I did. I doubt that will happen again. That feels like a very, like, Scarlet Violet thing. I can't imagine Gen 10 will have 2 insert box art legendaries here where you get a bunch of them. But who knows? See, that's what I'm excited for with PLZA chat and with PLA just being one self-contained game. It's so nice. And then having like the link cable, oh, it's so nice. It would have been weird to fight and catch your part. Yeah, exactly, character, and just the narrative of the way the story goes. Adamant and modest. Yeah, that is kind of wild of them to do. You can clearly tell that they know, you know, they pay attention to some of the competitive stuff. Whoops, sorry. I don't know why Windows has to make a noise every time I adjust my volume. Yeah, shiny charm only boost eggs. Yeah, you get the friendly one and the evil one. The one that's a murderer. Yeah, who knows when we'll be able to get... I mean, we don't even have legendaries from Gen 8 available to shiny hunt yet, like Urshifu, Cubfu, Callie, Spectrier, Glastier. Let alone all the Gen 9. There's so many, too. All the Ruinous Quartet, Korai Mirai, all the locked paradoxes. We have quite the sizable list of locked mons right now, unfortunately. Huge legendary bloat, yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty devastating that there was no, like, Terrastalize adventures. Or the fact that they locked all the legendaries in the DLC. Alright, 3,200. Yeah, they did break that trend with this generation, yup. I mean, before the DLC came out, before, you know, we had any idea of what was gonna happen, I was interested in doing Zamazenta, Zacian, and Eternatus. Because I have them shiny from GameStop, but, like, that's lame. I didn't really, like, do anything for that. I don't know, the GameStop shinies are just whack. I would love to shiny hunt Eternatus myself, catch it in my own ball, have my own OT and nickname, whatever. Number of shiny locked Pokemon in Gens 1 to 7, 14. Number of shiny locked Pokemon in Gens 7 to 8, 30. Oh, man. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, Cacturn, I agree. Cherish Balls when they first came out were like, whoa, and now it's just kind of like, okay. And like, even though Urshifu Shiny is criminally bad, it's still like one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon, and I'd like to shiny hunt it. I hate going and scrolling through my living decks and seeing all the gaps towards the end of Gen 8 and Gen 9. Yeah, the Galarian birds. Yep, that's another one. Yeah, they're not special anymore, Cacturn, exactly. They're given to like every event Pokemon, even if it's a lame one. Can you get the Galarian bird shiny in Pogo? I know they had that competitive event where you could get them. They're not shiny in yet? Okay. God, imagine you run into a shiny Galarian bird and it flees from you. Or you'd have to use a Master Ball, my least favorite Pokeball. And then, of course, think of all the mythicals we don't have access to. You know, things as far back as, like, Victini. And now we just keep having a growing list of mythicals that have not been available shiny huntable anywhere, like Zarude, Pecharunt. I think I ran into Articuno once before I stopped playing Pogo. And you'll never guess, but I didn't catch it. You want a shiny hunt Jirachi so bad? Wait, so the one you get in the bonus disc, does that not, is that a Wishmaker OT? Oh man, that's a bummer. Appropriate song considering what we're talking about. This is Calorex's battle theme. No golden, weird floating deer for us. You got shiny Galarian Articuno. I forgot to get the other two. Yeah, the shiny Zeraora. I have Zeraora marked, but at the same time, I could easily just unmark it. I don't know, a lot of the mythicals are just such a nightmare. It kind of stresses me out. Like, a lot of the mythicals are just such, like, Manaphy, for instance. Like, yeah, you can get Manaphy shiny, but, like, good fucking luck. Yeah, just the lack of being able to just... I just like getting them myself, man. RNG Manaphy. What is that like? I don't know. RNG Manip, I think is kind of cheating. But, you know, you do you. Yeah, I believe you could shiny hunt Darkrai and Platinum. Right? Yeah, if you didn't download the event, the mystery gift for Darkrai and BDSP, you sadly can't do it anymore. Very unfortunate. That guy that puts out like a lot of RNG manip, like makes those like mystery gift shaman ones. Strange guy. Saw that guy get into like a weird... Every Twitter interaction I've seen from that guy, the guy seems legitimately unhinged. Getting into some sort of arguing match with Anubis and then just deleted his account. Okay. That was kind of weird, but we'll... Every tweet I ever saw from him, Justin, was like unabashed rage. Yeah, Cacturn, it's really not. It's pretty boring. I don't know why I put this on the playlist. It's a pretty boring song. There's no, like, peaks to it. It's just kind of... Let's listen to Peony's song. This is a better one. This is the best one in the whole DLC. Pokemon... Yeah, Pokemon fans being unhinged. Pokemon content creators being real weirdos behind the scenes. That's impossible. It would never happen. Yeah, Anubis was explaining something and the dude was just not having it. A guy on Reddit who cosplays as I have a theory about like all the red Ash stands, chat. They're the weirdest ones around. Shiny Alolan Sandshrew, nice. This is the best part of the song. This doesn't even sound like a Pokemon song. It sounds like a snappy song you'd have over like a pan shot of ye olden New York. Declares himself the Canon Red. That's gotta be some sort of deep mental illness there. Where's that SpongeBob reaction image of the mom leading her two kids away, covering their eyes? They're not real. Brother, you need to touch grass. They're not real people. anytime I ever see anybody who has like Ash cosplay, they're dressed up as like Ash cosplay for their Twitter profile picture or something, it's like very weird. Sounds like somebody should search that guy's hard drive. You don't like the life-size Charizard statue? Like, poisonous animals breed bright and flashy, exactly. You think it's legitimately the Gen 6 model? Let me look at it again. I don't know. It doesn't look so... He looks slimmed down. You're gonna give Charizard, you're gonna give Charizard body image issues. Also, every time there's a big statue chat in, like, a Nintendo store, they have a big Link statue. And there's always a little sign that says, "Do not sit or touch Link. Please do not touch Charizard." Yeah, San Diego ComiCon started, and one of the Pokemon toy makers has a booth there with a big Charizard statue. Apparently, it's life-size. That does look taller than 4'11". That was the first thing I thought, too. Like, are we sure about that? Are we sure that's life-size? I'm calling this into question. It's crazy how funny and likable Peony is, and how Chairman Rose is just the exact opposite. Even though they're brothers. To design it to not stand. The Pokemon Center, I don't think there was anything, I don't know if they announced anything new there. They need to give me a date for the Tyrantrum figure they're gonna release. But the Pokemon Center keeps putting out these, like, expensive bundles with, like, promo cards. And a lot of the bundles are just, like, junk. It looks like they're trying to move shit from their warehouse. Like, I don't know, chat. Would you spend, whoops. Definitely just hit the stop streaming button by accident. Gah. Would you pay $70 for that? I hit the stop streaming button by accident, chat. My bad. I should probably move that away from being right above my chat box. My bad on that one. That was fully my bad. Anyway, would you pay 70 bucks for that bundle? Because I wouldn't. Those are some trash bundles. What are they doing? The Charizard UPC, it's gonna get a price drop. I've seen it quite cheap. Well, you know, air quotes cheap. I've seen it for like 80 bucks. Oh, the crappy new one? Oh, the new one sucks. The new one is actually ass. Bad packs, and I think the statue is really cheap looking. Yeah, don't buy it right away. I completely agree. It's gonna go down lower. Yeah, that Charizard box is... Anybody who thinks they're gonna be able to scalp that, that's gonna be a brick. It does kind of remind me of the shiny Rayquaza Hidden Fates box, though. A little bit. Not the same, but a little bit. I've never watched a Mr. Beast video, and I never will. That's an ignorance I'm totally fine having. Yeah, anything with Charizard immediately gets like all the the stonks card bros to be like, let's scalp it. Charizard? Clearly that means it's gonna sell for $500. I don't even think I've watched any. It's just not anybody I care to learn anything about. The eBay Pokemon card scene scares you? Yeah, it's it's mostly, everything is mostly gone back to normal after the weird scalping and the pandemic. Thank goodness. Also, I think a lot of the recent sets have kind of been flops, so that also de-incentivizes any sort of scalping behavior. Oh. Do, 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 do. Yeah, sometimes I'll just think about how crazy that era was, and it's like, holy shit. that era of like scalping during the pandemic was wild. Oh yeah, I feel like if you watch his videos, you're revealing that you are in fact like 15 years old. I don't know why anybody over the age of that would want to watch any of his content. Logan Paul has both Paul brothers have a long list. Logan is the one responsible for the Japanese suicide forest incident, though. And then he got involved with, like, buying base set boxes during the pandemic, and he does, like, wrestling, boxing, I don't know, fighting. And he had a PSA 10 Charizard as, like, a necklace. Honestly, I think all the, like, PSA, like, I think all the grading companies, it's all a fucking scam. Also, a lot of companies have figured out how to make very convincing replicas of PSA slabs, so if that is something you're interested in, you gotta be careful out there. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of actors during that time that I always think of that, like, Gary Pokemon guy or whatever his name is. It was like this 70-year-old guy that had, like, a ton of PSA Charizards and said that if they were signed by the artist, then they would be ruined. Y'all remember that one? And then I want to say he got into it, like, a spat with one of the TCG commentators, that Caribou lady. Crazy. Yeah, he goes by, like, King Pokemon. Yeah, Justin. King Pokemon something. This guy was never a caster. This is like grandpa trying to make money off of Pokemon. Alright, grandpa, let's get you to bed. I think she still casts. I'm not as familiar with the TCG casters, of course. But I do recognize a few of them. Oh, is there drama with her and a Pogo caster? I didn't even know about that. That's surprising. Most of the casters seem like they get along with each other. I mean, I'm sure, you know, they're people, so I'm sure there's behind the scenes stuff, but for the most part, they all seem to get along. Yeah, they both do the same thing now, don't they? They both just get their brains pounded by other guys in the fighting rings now. I don't know why I phrased it like that. Is all the money they get paid worth it for getting, like, severe brain damage? Hey. I mean, for both of them to turn out like that, you just have to wonder about their parents. The only thing I know about Mike Tyson is, like, the Punch-Out stuff. Most fighting stuff is, like, pay-per-view, right? You have to pay for it. I've never watched any of the fighting stuff. Yeah, and it's, Logan is the one with the drinks, right? All those prime drinks that are all over the place. It's crazy how easy it is for rich people to become, like, obscenely rich. Like, all you have to do is become a big celebrity and then sell, like, makeup or drinks or alcohol or something, and you just, like, quadruple your profits. Yeah, I remember when Jake Paul was... They were married? Gonna be married? The whole relationship is probably fake to Tuna Mongoose. Tana Mojo. Ugh, what a weird era of YouTube that was. Hannah's a interesting person. Isn't one of them expecting a child? Boxing. That's what that sport's called. That's so crazy to see how fast celebrities propose to each other. Yeah, I was literally about to say I'm sure it's legitimately all real and that they are very much in real true love. I'm sure it's all very real. I watched a one of my favorite YouTubers did a deep dive on Ariana Grande, and it's just celebrity relationships are insane. This is such a good song. Oh, you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, her Ariana video was pretty good. It kept cracking me up how many times she got caught in new relationships. It was at Disneyland. She loves theme parks. She absolutely loves theme parks. Funny stuff. Hold on, I can pull it up. Ashley Norton. She's done a lot of good ones. I liked her, Danimals sweepstakes video. She did one about, the Peter Pan stuff on Tumblr, too, which was great. Salmon cat star spotted in Disneyland. Oh man, imagine being known as a salmon cat star. That's when her career started taking off. And so she started getting special privileges on the set of that show, which made poor Jeanette McCurdy upset. Ariana Grande's been married several times. Many times. Many divorces as well. She's married to Pete Davidson from SNL. And, she didn't marry the SpongeBob guy, did she? That's the funniest. If you look at all the men she's dated... She likes silly guys. She likes silly, funny little guys. What's up, Zarok? We were talking about Ariana Grande. I'm talking about the Broadway SpongeBob guy. Not Tom Kenny. If that was Tom Kenny, that would truly be a plot twist. Yeah, she got with the SpongeBob Broadway guy right after he had a newborn child with his wife. Jesus Christ. Ariana wasn't available to her. Yes, the box episode. Yes. I remember when Victorious came out, but I never really watched it. That was kind of past my time. I want to say I maybe remember like a few episodes. And I just never watched Sam and Cat. You can't take both comedy relief characters and put them together in a show, chat. Hollywood does this time and time again. And it just never works. You can't take the two comedy relief characters. You have to have somebody to ground them. Yeah, I didn't realize that that video went over, you know, her parents and where she's from. She grew up quite wealthy. The school she attended as a kid, the tuition was like $32,000 for a private school. Some of those Disney Channel people kind of come out of nowhere and have humble beginnings, and then some of them are like the daughter of John CEO Man. You never know. Oh, Frankie. Oh, yeah. Corey in the house, Mr. Kyle Massey. You ain't seeing him in the reboot of The Raven show. Oh, yeah. You definitely... Especially in, like, all the Nickelodeon stars cases. It's all very sad. Oh, hey. Someone's booting up Splatoon 3. Oh yeah, that was definitely the case for Jeanette's insane batshit mother. And it's probably even worse now with all the like vloggers, and I saw some people clowning on, what's that kid's name? The Ryan's World kid. You know, that kid that, like, unboxes toys and his parents are, like, millionaires? He's, like, he's a teenager now, I think. Or at least, like, 12, maybe. And they still got him doing it. How long have I been hunting Darkrai? On and off for many months. He's making a movie? What about that can you make a movie from? What? That's crazy. I think a few states have passed laws to protect kids when their parents are big-time vloggers, but like needs to be nationwide. You know what family vlogger always like gave me the ick? What was that guy's name? He got like caught cheating on his wife and they had like 7 kids. Carl? Shay Carl? Is that right? That stuff is just beyond creepy. Michael Bay is making a Skibbity Toilet movie. I don't even know what to say after that. The deeply unserious world we live in. Is that just like a Gmod thing? How is that actually like a movie that you can make? What in tarnation? Yeah, that kid's definitely like grown up. He has like, it looks like Paw Patrol. Shiny Heracross the other day. Nice. Shiny Hunting Registeel. Nice. There's nothing worse than when you're subscribed to somebody and they have a kid and it just takes over all their content. Sad. Sometimes that happens when people get new pets, too. It was this one beauty... She mostly did, like, hair care and, like, skin care. And she, I'm pretty sure from some breeder, got this new puppy and kept bringing it on and showing it off. It's like, I just don't care. Don't give a shit about your fucking dog. Things I say quietly to myself, because I know if I ever commented that, I would get blown away. Look at my heckin' doggo, Paparino. The floating goat. I need to make that into a short. I still need to download Premiere. Windows 11 has where you can unzip files, but the Adobe things that I downloaded have a zip password. And because they have a password, Windows would not let me, like, unzip them. So I had to download another unzip software just to... So it recognized I could put a password in. Ugh. Getting used to Windows 11 has been something. That stream was insane. I felt like I was pioneering a wacky new glitch. When I did a fresh, since I built my new PC, I had to do a fresh install of Windows. And when I installed it for the first time, it just didn't come with drivers for the internet, so I had to download drivers from my old computer and transfer them to my new computer just so I could connect to Wi-Fi. And when you boot up Windows 11, when you go through the install process, there is literally a place where if you don't have the drivers for the internet, you just get stuck. So I had to troubleshoot being stuck in the menu because it would not let me select a Wi-Fi network or my Ethernet. Very cool, Windows. Very cool. I had so many strange little issues happen with this build. The new computer's great. Finally. So first of all, I got everything, and the motherboard I selected did not work. It was boot looping. So I put everything together, and then when I would turn the computer on, it would turn on, and then it would turn off. And then it would turn on, and then it would turn off. So it was just boot looping. So I didn't think it was the process. I didn't think it was the processor. I didn't think it was the Intel chip. But I sent it back anyway. Got a new one. It wasn't that. So it was the motherboard. So I had to return that. So I got a new motherboard. It turns on. Great. But then my graphics card was not being recognized. So turns out that was because of the power supply I had. I got a power supply. I don't know if it was just... It was an 850 watt. I should have had enough power, but I got a better one. I had to return the power supply, and I got a new power supply, and it finally worked. But I remember telling y'all, like, oh, I loved building my first PC. It was so rewarding, and then this one was a fucking nightmare. This one caused me so much stress. Oh man. I felt like... Way to curse yourself. The way modern graphics cards work is such a... They're so big and bulky. First of all, it has to sit in its own bracket because it's so big. But then second of all, MSI, it's an MSI graphics card, and it comes with like a 3 splitter. And that thing just sucked. So I got a Corsair power supply. Corsair has not led me astray. And it comes with a 12-pin cable that just plugs directly into the graphics card. No splitters, just directly from the graphics card into the power supply. And it works perfectly. Yeah, troubleshooting hardware is legitimately a nightmare. It's so stressful. Because you have so many different components. It's like, which one is the problem? And like when my computer was boot looping, I take all the RAM sticks out, put them in one slot at a time. So you gotta try the RAM. I did BIOS updates. I did BIOS flashing. I took out the CMOS battery. I tried all the different ports. It's just such an overwhelming thing. But now that it's all finally set up, I think we're good. Fingers crossed. Also, chat, if you ever build a PC, be prepared to cut the hell out of your hand. I have so many cuts on my hands. Just, the motherboard pins are sharp. And you're operating with not a lot of space in the case, and so your hands just... literal blood, sweat, and tears. Next time I do I want to open the Groudon model kit on stream. I can show the new PC off. And then I got an Asus board, and their Armory Crate software is so bad. It's so bad. I keep having to go into the software because it keeps leaving all the RGB lights on my computer when I turn it off, which why would anyone want them on? Oh my god, why would anyone want all your RGB on when you turn the damn computer off? And I've been having to fight with this software for days. It's such bad software. Oh man. And then I had to transfer everything over, so that includes like all my fonts. Like all the fonts you see on stream are custom downloaded fonts. I had to download and transfer all my fonts. I had to reconfigure my counters that I use for stream. I had to bring over Booper and get all the software and stuff I use back. Had to download OBS again, reconfigure OBS. Like, it's fun, but it's also a nightmare, you know? I mean, even said, after all is said and done, I still think the build turned out great. But definitely could have done without the motherboard and the power supply being duds. The motherboard, too, is like, I just kept trying to troubleshoot it, and there wasn't a lot. It's like, anytime that happens, it's like, well, time to go dig through Reddit threads for an entire day. Time to go see what somebody on Reddit in 2016 said, if that specific piece of advice can help me. Like, I was using YouTube, TikTok, Reddit. I was trying to pull out all the reviews for, like, all the products. I had my magnifying glass out. And like the MSI board said it was compatible with 14th gen Intel. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. Yeah, I think because Reddit is just so public. I'm sure there's tons of great information in like certain discords, but they're so difficult to access. Well, maybe not difficult, like finding them, you have to join them. It's just way more easy to find information via Reddit. And then you think you find a good thread and the comments are just a bunch of like Reddit funny men that are like, have you tried turning it on and off again? Have you made sure all the cables are plugged in? Ah! Have you made sure all the cables are plugged in? I tried to stream. I tested to stream before I got my new power supply to see if I could, but Intel's onboard graphics just were not strong enough. I did the test stream and it was like, no. OBS was like, I'm afraid not. Yeah, man, I looked at a lot of Microsoft threads that were just criminally unhelpful. Yeah, exactly, Cacturn. Exactly. I mean, I miss public forums and stuff like that, honestly. Everything being behind closed doors on Discord kind of stinks. Good night, Zarok. Have a good one. Good morning. Yeah, Discord is kind of miserable a lot. And all the nitro ads that are in your face. Yeah, searching specific channels can be super annoying. Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. The official rep comes in with like a non-answer and the whole thread gets locked. Like, okay. Awesome. Thanks, guys. What's up, Midnight? Shout out to my Elgato capture card, though. That thing is still going strong. I got that back in, like, 2016. And it's made the transfer to a new computer, and it's still kicking. Elgato doesn't even make the software that I downloaded for that capture card anymore. That's how old it is. When I looked around for the same software I had, I'm like, oh no. They don't even make it anymore. They only make software for their 4K ones. Do that many people even stream in 4K? 4K is just one of those things that has just never seemed worth it. Thanks for the shiny luck. "4K is a myth." It sure feels like it. I don't even have a 4K monitor. I'm still using my same monitors I have. This LG monitor I've had since 2016, and it's still kicking as well. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't it eat a lot of your bandwidth? Like, it's already pretty strenuous to stream to both Twitch and YouTube. Alright, we're getting closer to 3,300. Wow. How is my day going? It is certainly going. We out here in the shiny trenches. TV prices have come down so much. I remember when my parents got a Samsung TV in like 2008. Like, the prices are so different now. Honestly, maybe if you get like 4K footage of like a crackling fire. You could maybe if you do like an ASMR thing, it would be kind of neat. Does Netflix charge extra for 4K? That's crazy. You got your 4K TV for under $250. Nice. They secretly throttle it. Oh my god. Sometimes I love my widescreen monitor. It's great. But sometimes things are just not compatible with a widescreen monitor and I have to see black bars and it bugs me. Yeah, that completely doesn't surprise me that Netflix does that. For a moment. I sure love not paying for any of those services. Oh hey chat, new distribution for Roy's Fue Coco if anyone cares about that. Remember 3D TVs, chat? That was like the gimmick before 4K became a thing. Only have 6 months to redeem. You wish the BDSP didn't lock away getting this stuff for Shaman and Darkrai after a certain time. It's so unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. 8K is next. Isn't that, like, as far as you can go before the human eye stops being able to even, like, register pixels, whatever? Does anyone have a curved monitor, chat? I've always wondered if curved monitors were worth it or not. I mean, I would like to get a new monitor at some point. This LG one has been great, but it's also pretty clunky. Your brother has a curved one and he likes it. You have a TV that's curved and you like it. What's that, you can get OLED monitors now. I don't know why that, like, blows my mind. I thought Nintendo Switch exclusive. But there's, like, different types of displays that you can buy now, so that's something I'm gonna have to research heavily. Don't really get much 4K content, yeah. More field of view in Minecraft. Man, my 4080 could probably boot up a sick Minecraft world, let me tell ya. The thing that gets me about most computer monitors is that they come with the crappiest stands ever. If you've ever bought a computer monitor, they just have the worst stands known to man. So both of my monitors are hanging on a floating thing that's attached to my desk in the back. And they always come with sound when I wish they wouldn't. Because the sound is always complete garbage, so it's just a waste. "4K content hinges on everyone getting better internet." Huh! Now every ISP wants to, like, give you a cell phone AT&T Verizon limit on your how much internet you get to use. You watch one 4K movie and it's all used up. Should be illegal, by the way. Should be fucking illegal. Oh man, I'm seeing threads of people at ComiCon. I'm jealous. I am so jelly. Sometimes I dream about fiber optic internet, chat. Sometimes I dream. I've never gone to a con either before, Dragon. Same. I mean, ComiCon is on the... It's just far away, and... I don't even know how much it costs to get in. It's literally one of those things that I've never, like, even bothered to look up because I know it would be too much money, right? There's a bunch of exclusive Neopets plushies there, and I'm very, very sad. I can't get my hands on them. You know what convention I heard, like, sucks now? VidCon. VidCon used to be, like, the prestigious thing for YouTubers to do, and I saw that it's literally just, like, for little kids now. VidCon was started by Hank Green. That was like the OG YouTube convention. VidCon is one of those things I used to fantasize about going to back in like 2008. 2010, that era. What's up, Distruggle? But I saw multiple people say that VidCon, it was like all vendors of like, for kids, it was just so many children were there. And that if you bought a creator pass, it's basically the exact same pass that anybody else can buy. And if you want to actually talk and mingle with creators, you have to pay or you have to be special and get like a super special badge. Otherwise, you get no access to anything. E3. E3 always... I always remember all the E3 stories of like journos and special like content creators that got to like go behind the scenes and play secret demos and stuff like that. It's crazy that E3 is dead. Just completely gone. And now, what? Our closest equivalent is the Game Awards. Downgrade. Yeah, during like peak E3, it would have been fun to go on like the show floor and play all the new games and stuff. Definitely. I don't know if I have any desire to be in like huge crowds right now. Whoops. I did a little sidestep. Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, I'm talking like peak E3, because some of the later E3s right before it died were pretty not great. go to a hotel. Do you like staying in hotels, chat, or do you find it annoying? The only thing I really super miss about E3 is that everything was in its own, like, condensed show. And now it just feels like everything is scattered. Stayed at some nice ones and also some sketchy ones. Yeah, to struggle, I feel the same. Nice hotels can be really nice and luxurious and fun, but shitty, like, motels. I remember me and my family stayed in a hotel outside of New York City in New Jersey, and my dad had bites on his leg, and I feel like it is a true, like, some sort of miracle happened where we didn't bring those home. The Star Wars hotel? If I didn't have to pay for it, sure. Even though I, like, don't care about Star Wars. I do like a good theme park experience. But if I had to pay for it, no. I would be insane. I would truly never financially recover. Yeah, now I totally get checking the beds. Some people, I don't, it's crazy watching some TikToks of people bringing in, like, actual cleaning supplies to a hotel room. I get checking a few things and making sure it's okay, but I think some people are a little too paranoid. Yes, the obsessive hotel cleaning TikToks, yes. I don't know, sometimes it's like, I know that this is probably gross, but I don't want to think about it. Like getting sodas from fountain machines. It's like, have they cleaned this lately? Probably not, but I don't want to think about it. I don't know if I'm wrong for that behavior, but it's case by case, of course. Yes, and ignorance is bliss sometimes, yes. Is it the ice that's nasty? That's probably true. Good night, Dragon. Have a good one. I love the, I'd love to have a nice ice maker, but they're huge and they sit on your countertop and then you have to, like, some of them you just have a big chunk of ice. I do like the little, pebble ice, though. That's the best. Oh man, you know what kitchen gadget I saw that's new that I want, chat? Ninja has a slushie maker, and it looks so good. The guy literally just put in 2 cans of Dr. Pepper, and it produced a thick slushie. It looked so good. Having like 7-Eleven type Coke Slurpees on hand I would be so powerful. I know a lot of people like their the Ninja Creamy, which makes ice cream. But then I don't know what recipes I would want to use. With the slushie, you just like pour drink in and it makes slush. Is the Soda Stream still around? Remember that? I kind of love, like, silly kitchen gadgets. Favorite Gen 1 fighting type? Hitmonlee, Machamp. Probably Machamp. Carbonated milk. I think the Ninja Slushie thing is brand new. It's not even like, it's like sold out completely. They should do something with Machamp. One of my all-time favorite fake mons was a fighting dragon Mega Machamp that I thought was super cool. What's my favorite shiny Pokemon? Rayquaza. Or Zoroark. Look, they can't give Machamp anything that's worse than, its Gigantamax. I feel fairly confident in saying that. I feel fairly confident in saying that. Machamp does deserve better. Machamp is such a Gen 1 Pokemon. Like, when I think back to Gen 1 when I was a kid, I literally think of, like, Machamp. The starter deck. The guy that fought Ash in the beginning of the first movie with the Machamp. Like, it's just a great Pokemon. I remember using it in so many different games. Place from Gen 1 that got more recognition. Honestly, can I say the Seafoam Islands? I feel like Lavender and even like the Mansion get credit. The power plant I could argue for as well. I think the power plant is really cool. I miss abandoned structures. Like, it's crazy how hard Gen 1 goes with creepy abandoned structures. The power plant, the mansion. Just immaculate vibes. I always liked Seafoam as a dungeon. Going in there and all the fun new ice types you encounter and then getting Articuno. And you can only access it from one side, which I think is pretty neat. I realized I just listed off both locations where 2 legendary birds are. And then there's Moltres in Victory Cave. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that the SS Anne just never comes back. That ship just sails away and that's that. Viridian Forest theme includes a part of the Team Rocket HQ theme. That's fun. Oh, musical motifs, my favorite. Le motif. The shipwreck in Ruby Sapphire Emerald was the SS Anne. That would be so dark. They just, as soon as the ship pulled out into the ocean, they hit an iceberg. It went down. That the power plant is such a cool area. You have to go out of your way to go to the power plant, which is something I think is unique. Same thing for Seafoam, honestly. There's nothing particularly, at least, you know, in Gen 1. Gen 2, there's plot relevant stuff there. But you can just, it's kind of out of the way. You have to follow the water route down there. And then that's where you can find Pikachu and Electabuzz and a lot of neat Pokemon that only spawn there. It used to all just be electric Pokemon. And then they started throwing like Grimer and Coughing in there. And then you could say the same thing for the mansion, because that's where Pokemon like Magmar are. Ditto. Ditto is probably one of the coolest spawns in the whole game. See, that's the type of stuff we just don't get in Scarlet and Violet, chat. The way exploration works, it's just... there's just nothing that hits like that. Yeah, they have an underwater dive segment in the ship in Oraz. And that's where Spiritomb is. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet... just it's just a video game world. Derogatory. it's just a video game ass video game, if that makes any sense. You don't feel immersed. You don't feel like the people there are real. It's just all a dollhouse that you're observing. Like, what areas are even, like, hidden in Scarlet Violet? Yeah, that's the only one I would actually agree with, Cacturn, the Ruinous Quartet locations. Yeah, all the caves look the same, and there's just what? Like one tiara in there, one item that you can buy at a Pokemart anywhere. The caves in SV are so bad. They are criminally bad. Yeah, once you visit all the locations in Scarlet and Violet once, there is nothing that compels you to go back. There's no caves where you see surf and you would go and get the badge and get surf and go back and explore the cave and maybe find like Lapras on Friday in Gen 2. There's nothing like that. There's absolutely nothing like that. What is fun about a big cavern? I mean, the caves in Sinnoh are ass. That's not saying much. I think a few of the caves in Unova are fairly fun, but Sinnoh caves are dreadful. Just like the map design for most of the whole region. Yeah, the caves are computer-generated garbage, absolutely. They're just empty rooms of nothingness that made my game crash multiple times. Yeah, Gen 2 has a lot of emphasis on days of the week, day and night stuff. Lapras is one of those things. Yeah, Midnight. The groves are the secret locations in Unova are super cool. And then they reward you too. You find an interesting Pokemon and it usually has a rare ability. Like, that's cool. Yeah, the only cave I think is halfway decent is the one that literally copied Chargestone Cave in the DLC. The rest of the caves, especially in Vanilla SV, are just poop brown. No depth, no... They're just so ugly. Yeah, at least in Minecraft caves, if you dig and look around, maybe you could find some diamonds. What are you gonna find in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet caves? Jack shit. I just don't know if Pokemon is compatible with an open world. They need to do something serious to the formula. There's just nothing worth exploring or finding the way they have it. No decent items or loot. Rare Pokemon just spawn in the overworld like it's no big deal. I mean, that's like a skill issue. Just buy repels. Gen 5 literally made repels so much easier with a continuous use of them. Honestly, yeah, a lot of, like, going out of bounds and stuff can be fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the weird NPC bag glitch. I can't think of any caves in Sun and Moon right now at all. There's that one over where Rockruff is. And then the awful Victory Road. Ugh, Victory Road in Sun and Moon is really bad. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, Sword and Shield's caves are the same problem that the whole damn game has, linear. They're just lines. The wild areas as open world felt a lot better than the SV total open world. I just don't think they've nailed it. We're seeing all their test runs right now. The wild area into PLA, into Scarlet Violet. I do like a few of the caves in X and Y. I do. I like that railroad track Zygarde cave. Oh yeah, the changing... I mean, the wild areas in or Sword and Shield have the same issues as Scarlet and Violet. Outside of Pokemon, like, what is there to really do or find? It just blows my mind the lack of puzzles in modern Pokemon games. Outside of battling and traversing the world, what the hell else is there to do? There's no more puzzles. There's... Like, what if the Ruinous Quartet had... where you had to do a series of, like... Instead of just finding the stupid swords, you had to actually complete, like... a Breath of the Wild style, like, shrine or something. There's no gameplay. It's just go here, find thing. You done. Yeah, imagine if they brought back the Reggie Braille. And there's a lot of, like, nooks and crannies in Kitakami. But again, they don't really lead you to anything all that interesting. Yeah, exactly, Galaxy. It is pretty funny. Maybe, ironic how a game about treasure hunting has, like, no treasure to find. It's metaphorical. It's the friends you made along the way. Oh, going after Shiny Giratina? Nice. Even, like, secret bases in Gen 3 felt out of the way and secretive and fun. Especially, like, my favorite secret base location over by outside Fortree. Where you have to, like, either use Waterfall and Surf or the Acro Bike. Look, I love Gimme Ghoul, but I don't know if Gimme Ghoul really counts for, like, treasure. And if you don't use Gimme Ghoul on your team, like, does it even matter to most players to collect all those coins? Like, I wanted all the Gimme Ghouls because I had Gimme Ghoul on my team and I needed the coins for Golden Go. Yeah, In the Rain, by the Cliff, like, that is one of the all-time greatest routes in any Pokemon game. That, in fact, might be, like, my #1. That legitimately probably might be my favorite route in any Pokemon game. And then you have, like, the diversity with just the regular grass and the tall grass that you can't use your bicycle in. Like, even small little things like that go such a long way. I am talking about Route 119. Wikipedia describes it as tropical. It just has so much character, dude. It's just such a great route. Yeah, it's just solid. I feel like even like the biggest Gen 3 haters can say that it's a good route. I think Hoenn has a bunch of them. I think Hoenn has a lot of great routes. The route with the Volcano Ash is another good one. That has so much atmosphere and like just good aura. It's just a good route. 3300. Route 113 is the route I'm talking about. I had to look that up. I don't remember. Route names are a bit much for me to remember. The worst route in any Pokemon game is the one north of Lumiose. Refresh my memory. Which one is that? Oh, you mean the wide open empty space with the power plant? Oh yeah, that's a bad one. And then the Diglets have a arena trap. Yeah, that's a great candidate for worst. What are some other bad routes, chat? I'm trying to think right now. Yeah, you can't use repels on them because they're area spawns. Nondescript ocean routes in Hoenn. Okay, I don't know if I would get disagreement on this one, but one of my first thoughts was that route in Gen 1 over... I mean, I guess it has character. It's the maze. It's where all the bird trainers are, and there's just a maze of fence. Yes. That is the exact route area I'm talking about. Why is it designed like that? I don't know. Like, sure, it's memorable, all the bird trainers, but it's also just, like, kind of obnoxious. At the same time. Like, I don't know what they were cooking there. Yeah, the whole... I love Gen 1. That's why I almost hesitate to even bring it up, but that's definitely something I thought about. I'm thinking right now, what other routes? I mean... the routes in Sinnoh where you're stuck in the mud, or the fog route, or the snow routes are all rough. They're all pretty rough. I like the route right outside of, Fuchsia, where it's just like a kid's field trip. There's a few teachers and it's like all youngsters. The step limit in the Safari Zone always stressed you out. I feel like the Safari Zone has always just been stressful. Yeah, I like the build up to Victory Road in Gold, Silver, Crystal in Gen 2. Especially since a lot of the trainers, like, there's that one girl that has, like, a Venusaur. There's a trainer with a Blastoise. You see, when you give NPCs memorable Pokemon, like, fully evolved Pokemon you don't typically see or starters, they're more memorable. Crazy. And then you can get Solar Beam over there too, can't you? Like once you swim over there, that's where you can get Solar Beam. See, I remember these things. I remember where the cool TMs are. Could I tell you the location of any TRs in Scarlet Violet? No, I could not. I could not tell you. That little, the route from Mahogany going towards the ice caves. And there's just a bunch of cool trainers with unique Pokemon, and then you can surf up and there's that little island where you can find, like, Weepinbell and Lickitung. That's a unique location. Oh, and the route going up to the Lake of Rage is so good, too. And they, like, force you to go around unless you want to pay. So it just feels like there's so many unique Pokemon over there, man. And there's that trainer with, like, a Slowbro and a Nidoking. And the whole area around the lake is just super fun to explore. Man, Gen 2 rules. I love Gen 2, man. That's my goat. That's my goat right there. Oh, the Ruins of Alph are, like, undefeatable. They're so good. Yeah, the pier with all the there's so many fishermen. I always loved that one surf. See, this is what we're missing. I'm describing, like, all the fun areas that you can only access if you use surf. That one area over by the daycare in Gen 2, outside of Goldenrod, where you surf down and there's just a bunch of sisters and they all have, like, Starmie and Cloyster and stuff like that, and they're super fun. Because, again, you don't normally see Starmie and Cloyster or Stone Evolution Pokemon. So it just makes them feel more special. Yeah, we do need more funky, weird stuff. I feel like Pokemon has kind of just gone away from that type of stuff. Not to say Pokemon was ever quote-unquote edgy, but all the trainers with, like, whips and stuff, and Team Rocket being like the mafia and people selling Slowpoke tails and the Magikarp salesman that would try to rip you off. There's no like shady characters anymore in Pokemon games. Now it's all friendship and waxing whatever ideals versus truths is supposed to mean and fucking nonsense. just a bunch of blah blah blah. Oh, the Whirlpool Islands were fun, too. They made Lugia feel so cool. Lugia and Ho-Oh had such unique locations. I mean, not everything Nintendo puts out is a banger. There's always going to be stuff to criticize about Nintendo. Oh god, Xerneas and Evital just being in some boring, sterile lab. Ugh. How did Zygarde being in the railroad cave be legitimately more interesting? What happened? How did we get here? Yeah, Cianwood City, where Chuck is. Man, and then the fact that, like, you get the quest to heal Ampharos. Like, there was stuff like that all the way back in, like, Gen 2, and... And then your reward was to fight Jasmine. And Jasmine, you could just walk right up to her, because you already fought all the trainers in the lighthouse. The lighthouse is a neat dungeon location, too. Yes, the Miltank farm with the Moo Moo milk. And even just, like, clearing out Team Rocket. Discovering their secret bases and stuff. It's exciting. It's fun. There's nothing fun about walking up to Little Fairy Boy's gross-looking Team Star base. We're gonna get to 3-3-3-3 chat, and then I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I mean, it is just a bunch of copy and pasted assets over and over again that don't really match the vibes of the team at all. Yeah, and in Johto, you can decide to, like, go... Like, once you beat Morty, you can decide to head towards the Lake of Rage, go do stuff over there, or you could head towards Jasmine and Chuck and get them done. It's like in Gen 1 when you can... After you get the flute, you can either go down to, like, Koga, or you could go to Sabrina, you could go... they give you choices. Options. In Gen 3, when you beat Flannery, it's like you have to figure out which way you want to backtrack to Norman, unless you're playing the far inferior Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, in which they just fast travel you because those games think you're stupid. Backtracking in my modern video game? Why, children won't be able to do that. Yeah, exactly. They're all like weird little freaky cosplay like nerds, and their bases are like overly military. That's super, like, what the hell is that? Yeah, it's just a complete mishmash of aesthetics. It's so bizarre. Team Star sucks, dude. And then the fact that they, like, took away all their cosplay stuff and, like, assimilated them so they're normal in the DLC is quite funny. Go back and be productive members of society. Go back to your salary job. Stop being unique individuals and go back to, go back and fit into society. Yeah, I mean, Silver is one of the franchise's best characters. And he actually has a little character arc. Yeah, that was, like, actually pretty diabolical. Here's all the Team Star people back, but we've stripped them of everything that made them unique, and now they're just school children like everyone else. Great. Yeah, it was just, like, honestly uncomfortable. And then, like, the whole tutor thing was just so, like, weird. I don't know what that was about, honestly. And then the little fairy boy was, like, unironically, like, an asshole, like a jerk. It's like, I don't want to help these people. And then I remember I couldn't even get, like, the trigger to start the quest. I can't remember how... I remember there was something weird going on with that. Yeah, it's like, it's just like an unpleasant group of individuals. I don't want to be around them. Again, every time people are like, Scarlet and Violet's story was so flawless and perfect, it made me cry, I have to side-eye that a little bit. Parts of it were good. But if you're gonna sit here and argue like the Team Star stuff was like great, then I disagree with that one. The worst part of Gen 9, the graphics. Where do I even begin? The performance, the graphics, the empty world. The lake. It's funny that you say the lake and everybody just knows what you're talking about. Lag Lake. Really any body of water. People always bring up Lag Lake, but most of the water is just not fun. It doesn't feel good to be in it. It doesn't feel good for your frame rate. It's just not a good time. Oh, I know the exact location you're talking about. Yep. The snow mountain going down towards Fairy Boy's base. Yep. Bad. Why did they put that base over there? That's such a pretty area of the map, and they could have made it more beautiful if they didn't stick all those ugly military-looking structures and fence over there. Also, and I know this is so nitpicky and a me thing, but like, where are these kids getting the funding for this? Where are these kids getting the materials to set this shit up? Like, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief to an extent. That's too much. Actually, if you read one of the books over in the library, you would know that Penny or blah 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 blah.
Wonderful.
Graduating with the 42 months, the tier 3. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31. Oh, we hit the booper limit. That is as many boops as we can boop. Did Penny steal money? Maybe she did. I don't know if there's actually like a book that says Penny steals anything. I was just kind of saying that. I'll be honest, I was just kind of saying that. I'll be real, I was just kind of like saying that. I like Penny. Yeah, a lot of people seem to hate like Penny's dad is Chairman or Peony. I almost said Chairman Rose. That would have truly been a plot twist. I mean, she's related to him. A lot of people don't like Nimona either, and it's like, why? As if Pokemon has had like the most incredible rival characters. As if the bar is that high. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I like the main trio. I actually liked a lot. I liked Penny, I liked Arvin, and I liked Nimona, and I wish we had more time with those characters specifically. Honestly, cut all the fat out. Get rid of Team Star in its entirety and just have Penny as a bullied lone hacker character that you befriend. Yeah, I like their interactions with Kieran and Carmine too. I don't know. I like when people always hate on like Nimona or characters like that. It's like, what do people want out of these games? What kind of character are you thinking is gonna show up here? Lacey's is Clay's daughter. She's the pink one. Yeah, I think Crispin and Lacey are not, and I don't even remember her name. Magnemite girl. I think Drayton is the most interesting one of them all. The other ones are just kind of whatever. Crispin is just like one character trait. He likes to cook, and he's kind of stupid. I hate stupid characters. One of my least favorite tropes. Armies? I can't remember her name. I really liked Drayton. I thought he was manipulative and interesting. Like, he's clearly wanting the player character to beat Kieran and going out of his way to arrange it. And I love that for him. I also think it's funny that, you know, they went with Drayton as like a child prodigy character that just slacks off. Was there any mention of Iris? I would like to see those two interact with each other. Not that Pokemon ages are ever anything that ever is, like, really referenced or matters, but I'd be curious to see what the age difference between the two is. Yeah, that's the type of, like, character relation ancestor thing that I think is actually interesting. Because who his family is provides some interesting context for the character. It's not just, hey, look, it's so-and-so's great-great-great-grandson. Wow. Because, like, does knowing that it's Wally's ancestor that makes Potato Mochi really, like, add anything to Wally as a character? No. It does not. Alakazam's such a cool Pokemon. I think the way they wrapped up Kieran's story was pretty disappointing too, honestly. But at least Kieran and Carmine were original characters. The character writing was a lot better. I mean, in Gen 8 it was non-fucking-existent, so... Hopefully this means future games will have, better writing. I mean, I said that about Gen 7, and then 8 came out, and it was like, oh no. What the fuck happened with Sword and Shield? Like... People always bring up, like, Scarlet and Violet, but I honestly, sometimes I still think about Sword and Shield. I think Gen 8 might have escaped the wrath of most fans, considering Scarlet and Violet came out in the state that it was in. But I didn't forget. I never forget. Gen 8 is worse than Gen 6 writing. Oh god, that's... I don't know if I would agree with that. That's Coughing Baby versus Coughing Baby. Gen 6 is just so nonsensical. Everything they say in that game just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just like... so... I honestly want to say it's pretentious. It just feels like a bunch of, like... They think they're being so deep, you know? The writing in Gen 6 is just so flowery and over the top and just says a whole lot of nothing. I still cannot believe your rival says that it is like a enlightened centrist fence sitter and says Lysander was actually right. He just went about it the wrong way. Like, excuse me? And then, like, all the uncomfortable shit with the Emma and the prologue thing. Oh, God. Just deeply, deeply bad. Alright, there's 333, 333, 3333. Yeah, it is like Tommy Wiseau wrote it. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. I was genuinely flabbergasted. Like, I remembered it being bad, but going back and playing through X and Y this year, chat, it blew me away at how bad it was. Yeah, the writing with 8 and 6 are bad in very different ways. It's like... Gen 6 is like somebody writing the most overly long, nonsensical garbage story you've ever seen in your entire life, and then Gen 8 is like 2 sentences. Somebody submitted their story of like 2 sentences. It's so weird. And then again, all the Emma stuff at the end is just... I find it deeply uncomfortable. Pokemon, the one that lives forever. Where is it? Can you imagine how fucking terrifying it would be to have an 8-foot tall man wandering around just mumbling that? I'll do a few more resets, why not? Gen 8's story just feels incomplete. Like, I don't know what happened there. Gen 6's feels like they told the story they wanted to tell. It's just an awful, dumb, stupid story that they told. Yeah. Gen 8 needed a lot more time in the oven, 100%. There's so many things in Gen 8 that I feel like they wanted to do more with and just could not. They did not have the time. Like that power plant that Sonia points out. Oh yeah, reminder, Sword and Shield is up for the Bid War chat. So if you guys want to see me play through Sword and Shield again, it is currently in last place. All subs count for 1 point, so far Pokemon Green is winning with Heart Gold, Soul Silver in second place. Kuro with the sub! Chat, can I get some boopers for the first time sub? Thank you, thank you. Would you like to place your sub point in one of the 3 aforementioned games? Soul Silver, alright. You got it. I have not played Sword and Shield since, well, Shield, since it came out. I have never played Pokemon Green, and it has been many years since we've done Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's right below Booper. You can see the points below Booper. Green. Original OG Green. Tyler and I would find a translated version. More recent Pokemon games might recontextualize Sword and Shield. Yeah, definitely. They definitely could. I can't imagine my opinion would very much change. Because every time I've played a game I haven't loved, like X and Y and Oraz, and I wasn't too hot on him and we played him again for the channel, it's like, oh, I remember why I feel the way I feel. Would that include the DLC? Would that include the DLC? That's a good question. I didn't think about that. I would have to ponder that. Honestly, I did not love Isle of Armor. I think their character writing got better for the peony stuff, but Isle of Armor was not my favorite. Like, I don't know, Mustard is just like old man prodigy type character, and he's just kind of it. I guess you have Clara and Avery, but they don't really talk that much. Which one is better, X and Y or Oraz?
Here is a present
Silver
for you.
with a gifted sub to Midnight. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Where would you like the gifted sub to go? Yeah, Isle of Armor does have some cool locations. I can agree with that. Galar, alright. They're all on the board. You didn't really love Isle of Armor either. Clara was fun. Yeah, I think Clara and Avery were fun to see because until then, I guess Bede exists, but he barely gets any lines. It was fun to have a rude, snooty rival again. Also, I like Urshifu. Legitimately one of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. I think it's cool. I love Cubchoo. Did I say Cubchoo? Cubfu. Haha. Volcanion, Volcarona. I get got. Cubfu. Thanks. Shout out to the TPCI translating team for having 2 Pokemon with Cub in the name. Yeah, the Galarian birds were not Isle of Armor, they were Crown Tundra. Crown Tundra had a lot of legendaries. Not just Dynamax, but just a lot of legendaries in general. The 2 horses, Callie. Zarude was Isle of Armor. We're counting mythicals. Yeah, it was, That's so funny that they've used, like, legendary trios and had you go hunt them down individually in 2 back-to-back video games. They did that for the Genies in PLA and the Galarian birds in the DLC. Zeraora, Zoroark, Zarude, I know. I'm so glad Pecharunt was just a vast improvement over Zarude. What does Zeraora's name even, like, mean? Where does the electric, like, furry cat come from in Zeraora? Rita Aura. I'm actually gonna look this up. I don't know. Remember, all mythicals have the same English and Japanese name except for Pecharunt. Also, Zeraora is the Thunderclap Pokemon. Get Thunderclapped. Oh, it's literally Zeus. There's nothing if Zeraora had like a huge wise wizard beard, we could have a conversation. If it actually looked like Zeus. Tora is Japanese for tiger. Zeraora is so weird. Like, it literally doesn't even feel like it belongs. Like, it just doesn't have mythical vibes. It's like if Lucario and Zoroark were mythicals. I love when you think a Pokemon is gonna be like 5 or 6 feet tall, and then you look and Zeraora is just 4'11". Zeraora was revealed on a Japanese kids show, which also revealed Meloetta and Drillbur. And a Lola Momola and Gigalith. That's the most random selection of Pokemon I just named off. 2 mythicals, Drillbur, and a few other Gen 5 friends. Hey, Mega Diancie might be back in action soon. Oh, I can't wait for Worlds. I'm in desperate need, dire need of a crumb. A trailer crumb. No, the Primal's coming back is legitimately dire. I do not want VGC to just be Primal Groudon, Kyogre, and Mega Rayquaza again. Don't take me back to the dark place. No. I hated that era. Groudon catchable in Lumiosity. That is just a hilarious visual image. Groudon just comes out of the ground and is like, hey guys, what's up? I'm here to bring Perpetual Sun. Ain't no big deal. Mega Latios. / Los. Chat, it brought me great joy to release Latios in Oraz. Or what, did I get Latios? I don't even remember. I released it so fast I don't remember. They just let me release it. Releasing that and releasing the gift Lucario. Oh man, great stuff. Legitimate highlights of the playthrough. I had to approve that message. Yes. How could I ever forget dumb cunt the Latios? He was so legendary, so iconic. Yeah, the Lucario stuff is, oh my gosh. It kind of, one thing that was crazy to me playing through X and Y again It's just the absolute lack of focus spotlight on Gen 6 Pokemon. Also, Karina is still just my least favorite gym leader. She is by far and away my least favorite gym leader. If I ever do a gym leader list, you can bet she is going dead last. F tier. Easy. Yeah, that too, Cacturn. That... that is crazy. I mean, Iono's terrible as well. She would also be sitting in F tier. I probably put, what's the little girl from Gen 4? Marlene? The little fighting girl with her feet out. She's going in F tier too. If Fantina didn't have a great design, I would put her in there for the math gym alone. She kind of slays though, so I can't. With the floating handbag. All accessories included. Pokemon villains. We should do another tier list soon, chat. Those are always fun. Those are always fun. Cool trainer. I remember that fight with the mirror match you can have in Viridian in Gen 2, and they would have Meganium, Typhlosion, and Feraligatr, and I always thought that was so cool. That was like a highlight of child me. I would go in there and fight the mirror match. It would be replaced by the other trainer you gifted with? Yes. Such a neat little feature, right? Just such a cool feature. The thing about, if I ever did like a gym leader tier list though, most of them I don't really have any, it's like fine. They're whatever. I don't really have any strong feelings about them either way. That's one of those tier lists that would be absolutely humongous. Because there's so many, I mean, 8 gym leaders in every gen with, you know, other bonus ones included. Generic trainer list. That would take so... There would be so many characters. Champions, former champions. Yeah, I could definitely do a champion tier list for sure. $761 for living dex is insanely impressive. Thanks. Legendary mythical tier list. I change my mind a lot on certain legendaries and mythicals. Golf lady from Golf lady Elite Four from Gen 7. That's probably, I mean, her design is cute. That's what gets me. She's cute. She kind of just shows up out of nowhere. So like C or D tier? Oh, Mega Evolutions would make people mad at me. Mega Evolutions is one of those tier lists that I would probably catch the most flack for. Good luck, thanks. I mean, even like Tyler and I disagree a lot on Mega Evolutions. Like I'm putting Heracross in F tier. Oh man. There's a lot of them I'm just straight up putting in F tier. Lucephalon and Stacka after... Wow, congrats. I forgot Heracross has a Mega, and I would forgive you for that, because it sucks. I don't love Mega Pinsir either. Again, two great, phenomenal Pokemon. I love Pinsir and I love Heracross, but their Mega Evolutions I just don't like. Game mechanics tier list. I mean, we don't have that many of them, so that would be a pretty easy, quick one. Let me look up what other people do. Every Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet. Starters, meh. Starters is one of those things that gets people unnecessarily heated. Pokemon Rivals. Pokemon Unite tier list. Aerialite. It's always funny to watch them go back and like nerf things that were ridiculously strong and probably should have been nerfed to begin with. History of... Oh, they have quizzes on here. Huh, I didn't know they did quizzes. Sometimes I get TikToks that are like, guess the Pokemon in 60 seconds or less, and they give you like little clues. They're usually supremely easy, but they're kind of fun. You know, I hope I hope Slowpoke has had enough done to it. They better pick something else. Curry decks and sandwiches? Where would you, if you had to put curry decks and sandwiches in a tier list, chat, what would you put it at? Those would probably both get a D for me. D or F, honestly. I think they're both pretty fucking terrible. Minigame is not very fun. Looking up recipes is horrendously not fun. Sandwiches are so laughably goofy and broken. The fact that you don't even need the bread. Or that ingredients can just slip off. And even though you're on a picnic table, it like counts against you as if you couldn't just pick it up and put it back on. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for forgetting the curry decks existed either. Seeing people completing their curry dexes when Gen 8 came out, I was like, okay. You do you. Yeah, that's exactly it. Busy work is a perfect way to describe that. $3,360. Oh yeah, if you think about like sandwiches in relation to how bad Masuda is in Gen 9, it's that much worse. It is that much worse. I think it's crazy that you have to like look up outside sources for the most efficient recipes too. We talk about this a lot, but how bad Game Freak is in actually giving you useful information in the games. They're so bad at it. And it doesn't have to be that way, you know? Dynamax Adventures, easy S tier. Easy S tier. That's my goat right there. I mean, is S tier flawless? Dynamax Adventures is not flawless. The NPCs kind of throw a wrench into that. But I still think it's just incredibly fun and unique and good way to do multiplayer. Yeah, shinies, that's an S. Obviously. If we didn't have shinies, like, first of all, we wouldn't even be having this. We would not be chatting right now because what would I even be doing? Shinies were a genius invention by them. Diabolical. Just perfect. Diabolically perfect. Eevees and Ivies? Oh, brother. Ivies would not be as high as Eevees. I actually kind of like Eevees. I think EV training can be kind of satisfying. Ivies can be frustrating. They definitely appeal to my desire to min-max, which I hate. Yeah, I mean, I started shiny hunting. Merch is my main thing I care about, still to this day. But, like, what can I live stream about Pokemon merch? I mean, we can open stuff from time to time. Which, again, I want to do a Groudon model kit soon. I think that'd be fun. A Stallion with the Prime sub! Let's go! Chat, can I get some boopers for the first time sub? Thank you, thank you. If you'd like to place your sub point in the bid war between Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Green, and Sword and Shield, let me know. I almost said Scarlet and Violet. I almost said Scarlet and Violet. Ugh. I'm telling you, chat, I'm begging them, please, no S's for Gen 10. I can't handle it. This is a good song. Oh, it's the Leon song. This is a good song, but it's not in my upper, like, picks of best champion songs, TBH. Then 15 seconds to choose names for Gen 10. Why did I want to say Spectral? Don't make an S name for Gen 10, says Spectral. Pokemon. Pokemon Cosmic and Pokemon... It's the opposite of Cosmic. I can't do it, it's too hard. Pokemon Salt and Pokemon Vinegar. Pokemon Utopia sounds like it could be cool. Pokemon Obsidian and Pokemon... Diamond already exists. I can't think right now. I was trying to think of, like, gemstones that they haven't done yet. Soup and salad. The ultimate Olive Garden question. Pokemon Amethyst, Pokemon Past, Pokemon Future. Jade and Amber. Pokemon Matte versus Pokemon Glossy. Pokemon Knowledge versus Pokemon Power. The pen is mightier than the sword. Pokemon Truth and Ideals. Hey, they might use that one. When we roll around to a new Gen 5 game, they might use that one. They might unironically use that one. Alright, chat, let's get to 3,375. Pokemon Dog and Pokemon Cat. Pokemon Cat Dog. Pillow and Blanket. Pokemon Comfy. The ultimate Pokemon game. Pokemon Comfy. I think Tatsugiri starts tomorrow, chat. If it does, I'll do the Tatsugiri Outbreak event. Again, if you haven't gotten the Pikachu Outbreak event, chat, you have very little time left if you want to do it, so. Hold on, did I have it up? I had it up. So, Paldea will have curly form, Kitakami will have droopy form, and Blueberry will have stretchy. Pokemon North and South. North and South could be neat, but that would have to be like region specific. And then the Tatsugiri one goes until August 8th, and then August 9th is when Riolu, Wattrel, and Comfey show up. Here, I might as well just link the photo in case anyone wants to see it. I think Tatsu is going to be a shiny boosted event. So I'm sure I'll see a full odds streamer on Twitter being like, wow, I barely had to work for these at all. I found 500 shinies with the Destiny mark, and I did like no work. Pokemon Pancake and Waffle. Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Do you like pancakes? Yeah, we like pancakes. Do you like French toast? Yeah, we like French toast. Do 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 do. Can't wait to get a mouthful of waffles. Yeah, there's a ton of different places they could go for Gen 10. We'll just have to see. Alright. Boom. No. Darkrai is not being a nice customer, chat. Darkrai is being very rude. Oh well, these are super chill. I hope you guys like these chill Darkrai streams. They're really comfy. But yeah, if Tatsugiri's live tomorrow, we'll do Tatsugiri chat. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the subs, all the follows. If you're new here, check out the Discord. You can share your own shinies. We have I post Pokemon merch news in there. Blah blah blah. Check out the YouTube. That's where all the Vods. Well, there's Vods on Twitch too, but they're probably easier to watch on YouTube. But shout out to the YouTube viewers. I appreciate you all as well. But yeah, thanks for chilling tonight, chat. I appreciate it. And we're getting close to the 4K with Darkrai. Whew. Anyway, I'm out of here. Bye!